I feel like that period of my life did not only, it shaped the character of who I am and the person I am right now. Because it did not just only help me business-wise, it helped me in my personal life. Because I can remember after the whole thing, it was a lot, girl. It's just something that, it's just some of those memories that you don't even want to think about it. It was really a lot, especially for me. I am really one person that people that know me, they know I don't easily give up. But when I tell you that at that period of my life, I was this close to giving up. But we thank God for just this little faith that I had.
I always see you smiling all the time.
Yeah. That is one thing that helped me. I am just one person that my problems never show me. So I really just kept going.
I got 99.9 problems. This is where we sit down and talk about 99.9 problems. And we ain't scared to talk about them. We got 99.9. Yeah, 99.9. Yeah, 99.9. Yeah, 99.9. Yeah.
Welcome, one and all, to another episode of the 99.9 Problems podcast. As you all already know, always airing over the digital airways of YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, with me here today, the beautiful, delectable, drop-dead gorgeous, ebony skin, beautiful eyes, by the special grace of God, wife material. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome my co-host, Ethel Dreader.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Now, one black beautiful lady, two black beautiful ladies. Our special guest for today, I can't comprehend how to introduce her to you guys. She's an amazing guest. She's magnificent. She is spectacular. She is marvelous. She is beautiful. She is down to earth and humble. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to welcome the one who changed the game. As far as event planning and decoration is concerned. The one who magnified and AI'd the art of making your event worthwhile, making it befitting and spectacular. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have the pictures, videos of her work and her art up on the screen for you guys to see. You can follow her on every social media platform. She is delectable, black beauty queen, ebony skin, dazzling eyes, by the special grace of God, another wife material. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome our able guest of honor today, Blandy, the CEO of Blandy's Events, to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. What an introduction.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much
Yeah,
for
it's
having
great to
me.
have you.
Thank you, Etel.
Thank you
It's
too
nice.
for
It's an
coming.
honor being here, by the way. So.
Amazing, spectacular. It's been long awaited. Ladies and gentlemen, in a society and in a world where everything is processed, in a world where you are doubting what is really good for you, you are doubting what liquid is amazing and refreshing for you to drink, you are doubting every water there is in the stores, Walmart, Target, everywhere, right? I have for you guys here an amazing brand of drinking water called Gale. They are our sponsor, and they are actually bringing this amazing water. They can bring or provide you this water wherever you are. United States, Africa, Cameroon, Ghana, Nigeria, Europe, Asia. They can provide and transport and import this wherever you are. Ladies and gentlemen, this Gale you're seeing here is a game changer, right? Natural alkaline water. If you want to drink healthy, right? There's a trend going on right now with the Saratoga water. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you Gale. This is a game changer. Get yours. Reach out to them. We have their socials all over here. Reach out to them. Get your own water. Drink healthy. Stay hydrated. And stay amazingly healthy as the summer draws near. Thank you guys so much. Today, we are going to be talking about something spectacular. Right? Given our guest here today. She has been through the eye of a needle, as I can say. She has been through it all. Tough times, hard times, and good times. Ladies and gentlemen, she is the perfect example of resilience. She's a perfect example of a go-getter. She's the perfect example of the word never give up. She single-handedly changed and demystified the game of event planning and ensuring that your hall, your home, your event is well taken care of, and amazing for any occasion whatsoever there is. Ladies and gentlemen, I want us to hear from our able guest today how or what she did to be wherever she is right now. Let us know, girls.
Thank you again. Hi, everybody. My name is Blandy Blanche. I'm from Africa, Cameroon. I actually moved to the United States 2016 to chase my American dreams, and it's been a tough couple of years chasing those dreams. So I came and I've been juggling through jobs. I came with the mentality of everybody has to make it just by being a nurse. So I got into nursing school, and one semester I just decided not to show up. Like, this is not my thing. So I dropped out of nursing school, which is not funny, but anybody in nursing school, please keep going. Then I left and I got into IT, which was the other thing that was like all the money and all of that. I got into IT. I got a very good job at Microsoft as a project manager. Everything was good, work from home, the money was good, but I am just somebody that don't like sitting in one spot. I'm very active, so one thing led to another, and I just had to stop, and I found my passion in event planning. I used to do decorations for families and friends, and I'm just a very creative person at heart, so I decided to take this passion and I turned it into a business, and it's been going great. So I actually do event planning and decorations. I like to call myself and see myself as an artist because the kind of art I create, you guys will get to see it.
It's amazing.
So, and I'm really grateful to be here to share my story and my journey with you all.
That's nice, because when Burgers told me about you, I went through your page and it was amazing. I was like, oh my goodness, if I have to maybe book you for my event, I might have to pay $10,000. And for some reason, I keep wanting to call you Blandy's event because like everybody in town knows you as Blandy's event. So how would you describe your style and signature approach when it comes to events?
Firstly, as I mentioned, I'm a very creative person, and with all of my designs, I try to be as creative with each design. So there are times where clients bring me work, oh, can you do something like that? I'll be like, I can do something like that, but I'm not going to do exactly like that, because the beauty of what I do comes from the creativity of what I create. So I always try to bring out my own style and just create what I can do, what I can create with each event. And that's what makes me stand out, if I may say.
I was going through your page and I saw this video where you were trying to like do a decor, and then it was an outdoor activity and it started raining. So can you tell us about like some of the setbacks you've had in this, field of work?
Concerning that event, like, we cannot treat nature. So there are just times where no matter how much you prepare, nature has its own way of doing things. And so it was just really very, very sunny that day and very windy. And Minnesota is not fun to do outdoor activities.
Everything is extreme.
And that's why this year we're about to change prices for everything, which is like, so with every event, what was the question again, sorry?
Like, what are some of the setbacks you've had in the past?
Concerning just with events?
Yes.
Weather conditions, and sometimes just dealing with people from different culture and backgrounds. Sometimes communication-wise is so different. People just comprehend things in different ways. Sometimes it's a problem, but I feel like I have learned how to always, not all the time, but let the customer always write and try to just try to break that communication barrier by maybe just communicating more and explaining myself more to clients. So
on that particular day, what did you do?
Oh, God, there was nothing I could do. I brought it up like so many times. At the end of the day, I just had to change, because I feel like that is one of the gifts we have as event planners, to be able to
change location.
Yeah, to be able to make everything work when things don't go right, because things always don't go right. So we just have that gift of always trying to figure something out and bring up a solution. So I think I moved it to the living room, which was a whole lot of work, but it was done. So, and the event was successful.
Oh my goodness!
It was not the initial plan, but it worked out perfectly.
You've come a long way, right?
I have.
And I think you're one of the people I know that actually started this thing in recent years. I mean, there've been others, right? But you've been the prominent one who everyone actually is seeing, who everyone is actually coming to, right? How Because I see you utilize social media a lot. How did that help you to like magnify this business?
Talking about my growth, firstly, I will not say anything and take any glory but giving God the glory, because to be honest, if I say I am one helped by God, I am that particular one.
That's right.
Because sometimes
That's
I don't
right.
even know how I do it, but I
Yeah.
just give it up to God, and He leads me in the right way. So, firstly, God has been a very great impact in my growth, and I cannot downplay Him anyway. But also, I think one thing that has also helped me as for social media as well, because I used to say there are people in this industry that I even I look up to, where I have understood the power of social media, and I think I am utilizing that in my best of abilities, and it's really helping me a lot, because I know it has helped me to reach my targeted audience, and that is really helping me in my businesses in general.
So, now, right? There's a lot of you in this field. A lot of people are getting into it as well. How did you deal with? Because right now, I don't want to ask you how do you deal with the competition, because you are. I feel like
She's
from
doing a
where I
lot
sit-
for herself.
From where I sit,
Yeah.
right? You have surpassed the competition already, right?
Well,
How did you deal with competition before?
I would say with this competition, even no matter how much you grow,
You
there's
grow,
always still competition. But I would like to put this out there. This is a very good question. I've really gotten a lot about this, but I'm glad that I have this platform to actually explain myself.
Yeah.
So, firstly, I'll tackle it from two different angles. I am one person that just believe in everybody growing. And that is one of the reasons why I actually started my own balloon classes. By the way, I do balloon classes. I teach people Canada, Europe, all over the world, online and in-person classes.
How much?
So we are at 550 for the online, and we have 600 for the in-person. And I also do one-on-one tuitions as well. So if you are interested, reach out to me.
Maybe summer I can come
Please
spend
do.
some.
So in regards of competition, I am just one person that maybe just the way I was brought up, like I believe that the sky is so big for everybody to fit in. And
Right
also I feel like there's nothing that is meant for you that somebody else can have. If it is meant for you, it is for you. If it is not meant for you, it is not for you. And also I try to also see it from the sense of, because funny enough, like when I started balloon classes, people have been asking me, like, what if you teach people and they come and overpass you in this and all of
Yes,
that? How are you going to feel? And I'm just like, I teach them the art and everything. I don't teach them the grace. It's prospering right now is not just because of what I do, but it's just the grace that is on me. So I can teach them the balloon art and everything, but the grace is what is speaking in my life, and I cannot teach that. So I try not to see anybody as a competition. I see my former self as a competitor, because when I grow, I look back at where I have been and where I'm coming from, and it's just like, okay, that's the person I need to be competing with. And I'm so much about collaboration, especially in the business that we do. And business in general, collaboration is like the best thing, because firstly, you cannot have everything, and we learn from each other. So things changes and you keep learning.
And we rise by lifting others.
Yes, we really rise by lifting others. So I will not sit here and lie that the pressure of the competition is never there. It always comes up here and there, and I'm just like, oh my God. But I really try. I have worked on my mindset, so I really don't try to see people as a competition, because it really draws me back. And I heard something sometime that when you compete with people, you're limiting yourself from where you can be, because there's so much up there where people that you can actually become and actually compete with. But when you belittle yourself to compete with people at the bottom, that's where you're going to keep competing. So I really don't see anybody as a competition, because me, for one, I want everybody to win.
Amen.
Right.
I know summer is approaching and there are a lot of events coming up.
Yeah.
So what should your clients have in mind when they're approaching you for the first time?
Me, I am very big on respect. So I really say that times where I've dismissed people just because of the way you approach me. So manner of approach is one thing I'm very big on, because me, for once, I respect everybody. So reaching out to me, I really pray that you come with the respect and you come with a vision. I don't like people wasting my time per se. I don't like people just taking me through this back and forth, and at the end of the day we don't get anywhere. So come with respect, come with money.
Enough
And
money.
yeah,
You gotta come with money.
and just come with your event. I am here for you.
Guys, you guys have heard it all. The balloon class is coming up on May 16.
Yeah.
Reach out to her wherever you are. There's no limitations to this. Reach out.
Life changing.
Reach out. I saw you were on CBS News Minnesota. How did that come about?
Well,
And what was the experience?
I was actually on ABC and the
ABC and
and the,
CBS, yeah.
and WCCO. Yeah.
Okay.
So how did that come about? I would say knowing the right people can change your life. To be honest, like in as much as we want to make this money, when you have the right connection and the right people around you,
That's
your
right.
whole life can change. And
That's right.
it's just by meeting one big person and your entire life can change. So I feel like, how did that come about? I just knew people that knew people, and
Yeah.
and my work also spoke for myself. I will not say that because people see what I do, and maybe that just attracts them, and I just know the right people that actually led me there.
So naturally as humans, it's I don't know about other people, but it's so difficult sometimes to like plan a day or maybe schedule certain things. How do you keep everything organized, given the fact that you have to plan another person's event?
Yeah.
Firstly, I this business is actually helping me to be organized. I'm not an organized person, so we thank God for this business. So I will not say I am 100% organized, but every day I just keep trying. You know, I just feel like I just keep trying my best, and I just really just get things going. It will never be 100% because there are times where I will still get organized, but it will still not turn out the way it has to be. So I just train myself to plan ahead and just try to organize things, even though it will not go as planned, but it's never perfect.
Yeah.
You started out with just decorations, straight up,
Yeah.
right? And then along the line, I saw that you incorporated using fruits, all of these things, like, which goes back to the creativity which you mentioned, which was very amazing and spectacular. Now, do you work with any price range? Like, what? Okay, let me put it this way. What's your price? What's your lowest price range when you start when someone is looking to like hire you up for like to plan their event, which be it just deco or that? What's your lowest price range? Is it 500, 1,000? Is that too small?
Okay, so firstly, I actually started off with gift baskets before
gift baskets,
before
exactly,
I
yeah.
moved to decorations actually. And considering price range, I would not like to put figures out here, but
Yeah.
I work. I feel like prices go with experience.
Yeah.
So because what I charge right now, I was never charging it in the beginning. In the beginning, I would just take, even if it's $200 just to do the job.
Yeah.
But right now, I feel like with my experience and with the art, with the perfection of my art, I can actually charge more. But I am not putting prices here. I work with people's budget, and
Yeah.
because some events are different.
Yeah.
People come with smaller events and people come with big events, but so I just try to work with people's budget, and if it's something realistic. And there's sometimes that, to be honest, I try to, because for now, people come to me just for like the bigger scale events, and that is because of where I have put myself. And how did that start? The person, I've always had a vision to just do something really grand and big.
Yeah.
So, but I've never had somebody give me the opportunity. And also, people will not just give you something just by you saying. You have to show them the work. So what did I do? There was a client that came to me, and her budget was not even up to what I did. But I took that against myself just because I wanted to show the world what I can do. And right now, people reach out to me for that. I say this to say that sometimes in business, it's not all about the money.
True.
So I try to, you always, it's use every opportunity to show what you can do, and when you show what you can do, the money is going to follow.
So, like, what is the advice you would give to someone planning on, like, maybe becoming an event planner or doing what you're doing right now?
Oh, that's a very good question. So firstly, I would say be very passionate. Passion drives you even when you feel like you want to give up. So you have to be very passionate about this. Is this something you really want to do? Because this job is hard.
Yes.
Oh my God! If you know, I have had so many times. I'm firing myself. Like,
And
girl, get out.
It can take out your whole day.
Yeah, it's a very time consuming and very challenging job. So if you're not passionate about it, you easily just give up along the way. So firstly, be very passionate about this. If you're a very creative person and you see that this is something that you want to do, then definitely go for it. And secondly, another advice to people who want to join this, you need to invest in yourself. Like I am just lucky that I did not learn from somewhere how to do this. I just keep getting better every day.
wow.
But investing in yourself is the best thing that you can ever do. Like, there are some people that just see this and be like, oh, I cannot pay this money to learn that, but you have to pay the money to learn this in order to become what you want to become. So firstly, be passionate about this. Secondly, invest in yourself. And thirdly, just push yourself, expose yourself, and you meet the right people. And being around the right people is a very important thing as
That's
well.
perfect.
So,
Yes.
I feel like there are times you sit and you don't even know how far you've come. And you sit and you don't really see how big you are. Because we see
we
you from
see
the
it.
outside, right? What you've accomplished and what you've done is really amazing.
thank you.
And to give the props up to God is very important, because everything whatsoever there is, you succeed by, first of all, putting God first,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's always what I tell my co-hosts. We've got to put God first.
Oh yeah,
And
trust me.
one day, we're going to be traveling the world
Amen.
to do more interviews like this,
Yes.
showing the world more people like you. You understand? Now, let's deep dive into it. You started this business as fancy events with a partner, with a business partner, right? Walk us through what happened and why did the business name change?
Firstly, yeah, we started off as fancy events. I started off my business as fancy event. I had a business partner, and that was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But last year I changed my name into Blandy's event, and
Wait, was it just last year or year before last?
that was into the ending of 2023, so maybe a year and a half. And I would say my business partner and I were just two powerful women, and
Yeah.
you know, two people that were so powerful,
Yeah.
and ruling together was kind of a little bit conflicting, but it was great. And at the end of the day, we just had to go our different ways, and we all are succeeding because we just, you know, there cannot be two rulers.
Yes,
Yeah.
So
that's right.
we're ruling in different empires now, and everything is working out perfectly.
So more often than not, do you sit and think that, okay, you both being so powerful and doing great for yourself, do you think, I understand you guys are doing great, you're somewhere where you guys are gonna beat your chest and be like, yeah, I've gone far. You think together you guys will have actually conquered more, been something bigger and greater than it is right now?
I would say everyone's destiny is different. There are people that work together and succeed. There are people that work independently and succeed.
Yeah.
So right now, I cannot tell because I am working by myself right now. So I don't know how the future could have been with us working together.
Yeah.
But I don't know the plans that God has for us. So I cannot answer that per se. But I think we're better off working independently.
Independently.
Okay. Based on the fact that you both are in the same line of work,
Yeah.
do you think if you have a very big event where you need maybe help from other people, this is someone you would call in so you guys can collab and, you know, do something?
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, so transitioning to a different business name, what challenges did you face?
Oh.
Walk us through that, and yeah, just walk us through those challenges.
Oh, firstly, I want to say my journey has been a very difficult one, especially for people that know me. It's
Yeah.
been a very, it's been, you know, one of those journeys that God shows it in everybody's face, how down you went. So it was a very challenging period because I was not only losing the business, I was losing my mental health. I was going through a lot as well in different aspects of my life, emotionally, family-wise, and everything. So it was a lot at once. So it was kind of like a point where starting the name, I was not even mentally okay. I was not even, I was like, oh my God, how am I even going to start? Like, having people to know the new name was a big challenge for me.
Yeah.
Putting myself back out there, it was, in fact, mentally, it was just draining, just seeing that, oh my God, you have to start all over. Because at the end of the day, fancy event was my baby. It was like, you know how you have something, it's just like, it was like I was losing a child in that moment. So it was so difficult, and I needed time to really process everything. So it was a very hard time, but answering your question, and it was just like getting a new client base and just putting yourself back out there and just really seeing that, because it was also disturbing to see that, oh, what if I start this and at the same time it still falls, because it's not easy just starting all over again. So it was really hard, financially as well.
Okay.
It was really crazy financially because, you know, used to doing something with somebody, and now you have to do it all by yourself. You don't even know. So it was confusing. It was financially draining. It was mentally draining. It was physically draining. And so those were some of the challenges of just starting all over with a new name.
Yeah.
So when you started all over with the new name, did you do most events for free, or did you just like get less money for like something worth more than what you got? Or
so let me put it this way. So as I firstly mentioned, financially was so hard. So when I started doing it all by myself, I started using the money. Like I'd already gotten to a point that people already knew what I do. So I started getting referrals from like maybe from people that have done events. So when they reached out to me, they will still pay me for my worth, but I discovered I was using the money to do other stuff, take care of other things. So it was hard picking up back, but I was not on the charging per se. But there were some events that will actually be like, you know, I need this money. Let me just do it just for the sake of.
Especially when it comes to family.
Girl, yeah. Let me just do it just for the sake of. So I would do that, but you never know, one thing led to another. I don't even know how I'm here, but it was such a hard time because I can remember I used to drive DoorDash at that time.
Oh, wow.
Because I was one person, no, to be honest, like
drive what?
DoorDash.
Really? Okay.
Let me tell you something. And I'm just putting this out there.
Yeah.
The world really works on the way we want, because I remember telling myself during that hard time that I don't want to work for somebody anymore. I want to do my business. And I had people advising me, like, you can just stop the business and just go work and find money and put it in there. I could actually want to do that, but I really just stood on the fact that I really don't want to work for somebody. So I started doing DoorDash because it's like an independent work as well. So I work on my own time. I was doing the DoorDash. It was, oh my God, it was so hard, girl.
The sun and everything.
Yeah, it was so hard, but one thing led to another. I don't even know how I'm here, but I just really thank God, you guys. It's really been a journey.
Yeah.
That's really great. Because I can imagine how hard it is. For example, starting this business, doing it for a few years, and then it turns out you need to like throw that all away, give it up, and then start from scratch. It must be hard, right? It must really be tough. Now, did you take out any loans from anywhere to start up like the business or get your feet back up? Because I know, like, financially as well, it wasn't just like mental breakdown, the financial part of it as well, right? How was that?
That's a good question. I would not say I took out any loans, but for sure I borrowed money from people. I was, and my friends, everyone's inbox, please can you loan me $1,000? Because I had to take care of rent as well. It was hard. So I was actually lending money from people. And thank God I'm actually debt free now because I was able to pay them back up.
Exactly,
So I was lending money from people. I was begging sometimes, not like begging, but I'll reach out, oh, can you help me with this and all of that? And it's just nice that you have people that can actually sometimes just show up for you. So I did not take a loan per se, but I actually
just as a follow-up, right? In that down moment, right, did you lose friends? Because you know it's often said that it's during your tough times, during your hard times, that you know who your true friends are, who really have your best interests.
That's a very good question, Leslie. I would not actually say I lose friends, because if you have friends, you don't just lose friends. I lose people for sure, but if they were, because my friends are still my friends, like people that I call my friends are still my friends. So yes, I definitely lose people, and it is definitely normal because, you know, on your way to the top, not everybody can sustain that height. So some people must actually fall off. So definitely I lose a lot of people, and I even lose myself. So let's not just talk about the people. I lose myself during that moment. So sometimes I really don't try to blame people a lot or see myself as a victim in that period. I really try to say I was the problem at one time, and maybe the back end work that I did is actually what really helped me to work on myself.
So losing some of these people, right? Do you sit sometimes and wish things were different, or maybe because I know a lot of us have lost one or two friends, and we're like, you know, I really miss this person. I enjoyed this person's company, and I wish things were different for us to still be friends.
Yeah.
So do you just sit sometimes and you wish that things were different and you guys were still?
To be honest, when you say as humans, definitely we're gonna miss people because it's not easy to be attached to people and just let go. So yes, definitely missing the missing part, yes. But for someone who has really worked on their faith and everything, I would say I really just try to just pray over things right now, because I really just tell God, like, God, if this person was supposed to be in my life and would actually show me a sign, just bring them back. And if they were not supposed to be there, they should not be there. So to be honest, I miss people because I'm human, but I don't wish things were different. I just feel like everything is God's plan, and I'm really working in that plan right now.
And
Dumb
those
question.
prayers work.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Always.
yeah, because there are actually times I saw, oh man, girl, you're an inspiration, man. Yeah, I used to see you sit and pray before anything, before taking off that car.
Yeah.
In your car, when you get into your office, your office space, where that was, you
Yeah.
put God first, which is
Yeah.
really amazing. Now, dumb question. Do you, I want to hear your perspective on this, right?
Yeah.
Do you think businesses between the opposite sex, male and female, do you think they seldom succeed longer than two females?
I'm not gonna make this a racial thing per se.
Yeah.
I just really say it's business partnerships is just the same as relationships as
Yeah,
well.
that's
So
right.
I try to see that when you have not met your person, if you're working with the wrong person, you're definitely gonna fail. So
100%,
yes, so
100%.
it just depends on who you're working with, and we need to also understand that everybody has their own different strengths and everything, even in
Yeah.
relationships and everything.
Yeah.
So I just really say when you meet your person,
It
and
clicks.
it really clicks and things just go flow. And even if it falls off, like I like to make people understand that fall offs are always not just a bad thing, it's a blessing. So sometimes even things don't work. Like, how can I put it? There's a chapter in everyone's life, and once you turn a page in that book, and if that person was not supposed to be in that page, it means their work in your life is actually over, and it's okay to accept that and just move on. So to answer your question, it just depends. When you meet the right person, you meet the right person, and you know.
Going through some of these difficult moments in your life in the past,
Yeah.
did that help you better deal with some of the difficult clients you meet?
Yeah.
That's a very, 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 when I say a very good question, it's a very good question, because I feel like that period of my life did not only, it shaped the character of who I am and the
Yeah.
person I am right now, because it did not just only help me business-wise, it helped me in my personal life, because I can remember after the whole thing, it was a lot, girl. It's just something that, it's just some of those memories that you don't even want to think about it.
Yeah.
It was really a lot, especially for me. I am really one person that people that know me, they know I don't easily give up. But when I tell you that at that period of my life, I was this close to giving up. But we thank God for just this little
But
faith
true,
that I
I
had.
always see you smiling all the time.
Yeah.
That is one thing that helped me. I am just one person that my problems never show me. So I really just kept going. And to answer your question, that period of my life, it shaped the woman I am becoming right now, because after that time, I feel like I had to take some time off to work on myself, physically, mentally, even spiritually. And I feel like it was that period that I knew God, but I had not met him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that period of my life, I met God because it's just funny how he always just brings you to a point where you have to just understand that only him can do it. And I
Yeah.
got to that
That's
point
right.
because I tried everything within my powers. I did everything. I worked so hard. I did everything. But one thing was missing. And when I found that one thing, the whole game changed. So I really feel like that shaped my life in a way, because even the way I see things right now, because I think I took away, I was to myself for like almost 6 to 7 months. Nobody saw me except my clients.
Yeah.
Nobody saw me. I was just in the house,
Yeah.
working on myself, working on my mental health, because my mental health was
very-
bad.
yeah.
It was really bad, and it was just messing up everything as well. I worked up on some of the bad habits that I have, because I really had to assess the whole situation and actually came to a point where I had to assess and see where I was wrong, because I don't want to just keep blaming people. I saw where I was wrong, and I worked on that part, and it's really just been great, because everything now is near to perfect, but we
Yeah.
thank God for everything.
It's really amazing.
Yeah.
It's really amazing. I mean, man, sometimes I get, man, I'm a fan. I'm just gonna say, it. I'm a big fan.
Thank you.
Because man, I see what she does, and it inspires me a lot not to give up on something which I start.
Yeah.
Because one thing people fail at in life is consistency.
Oh yeah.
That's the major problem with everybody, right? Be it hardships, be it hard times, roadblocks, all of those things. If we, like 99% of people in your shoes at that moment in time will break down
Oh yeah.
and give up.
Definitely.
But the fact that you push through, that shows how resilient and strong lady you are.
Yeah, thank you so much. And that's definitely true, because I used to say, firstly, God will not even give someone a problem where they cannot handle it. So I think he gave me that particular one because he knew I could handle it. So I really thank him for that particular part. And also, I feel like it's just the way I was raised, and coming to this country all about myself, I feel like everything I've ever done is just to push through, because came here 2016, no family, nobody. It was just me and trying to figure things out, how to survive and all of that. So it's been a journey of just always pushing through. So I really just feel like being consistent in anything is just what really gets you to the other point. And consistency is not just doing it, it's doing it even on your worst days. And I feel like that is what pushed you through, because if I had given up
You'd
that
have
period
not
of
been.
time, I would not be here right now. So when it gets hard, that is the moment where you need to keep going.
When you were going through all that, did you have like some form of support system? Because sometimes people go through hard moments or difficult moments, and then they shut down and don't talk to anybody about it.
So yeah, and for that I just really, maybe I don't thank them enough, but yeah, I really had a strong support system. Like I can. Sometimes in the beginning I was just like, maybe I just did not want to pick up anyone's call. I was just like, let me not just talk to. But at one point I was like, you know what, there are people that actually want to show me, because I felt like everybody with the whole world was against me. So but at one point I had to sit and really realize that there are really people out here that wants to give you that love, but I was shunning myself out of it. So I had friends, I had my family by me, I had my big sisters, people around that really showed me that love, even though sometimes taking it was hard. But because I can remember my sister, every time I come back, because I spend most of my time in the car crying, girl. When I come back from driving DoorDash, I would just sit in the parking lot, put my head down on the steering, and I was just crying the whole time, just praying. My sister would come down to the car, she would be like, please come and eat, and all of that. I would be like, I don't even want to. Nothing was even funny. Like, I'd never want to. And it was just sitting and just realizing that there were really people that actually loved you. I had my friends that would call me, they would just want to come and sit with me, let's just talk about things, and I really appreciate those little moments. So yeah, I really had a strong support system, and I'm really grateful for them as well.
That's really nice.
Thank you.
I think you might have answered it, but let me just ask anyway. How do you deal with negativity? Because in all this, right, people might have been so negative, either in your ear or outside, rumors, all of those things. You might have heard things, negative talks, trying to like put you down, trying to like shade your name, trying to like make you look bad, trying to like downplay your business, whatever you're working on, right? How do you deal with that? Because I feel like you've come to a state of mind that is so mentally strong that no one can even shake it.
I don't think there's anybody that can do that apart from God. So So to answer your question, it was a lot of negativity at that time. There were a lot of talks. There were a lot of like, it was just too much. But one thing that I did that really helped me was just not listening to people. Like I did not want to tell. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to tell the side, because people just really want to hear things just for the fun of it. And I really just. And that's the thing, when you have a problem, sometimes it's really not that magnified, but just the fact that people get into it and try to talk about it makes it really a big deal. So I really tried as much as possible not to even talk about the whole situation. And I did that by, if you call me, I don't know, just leave me. I was not picking anyone's call, because I did not just want any outside noise to get into my head at that time. So I was just to myself. I shut down that negativity, and I was reading so many positive quotes, like these motivational quotes and everything. I started reading, and I tried to put myself in an activity that was just distracting me from so many things. I was walking. Oh my God, I was in that gym every single day for 3 hours. So I was looking for everything that would just distract me in the least way. If I'm not working, I come back, I'm praying, I am working out. So, and those were just the little things that just made me And also, maybe it was just like the whole situation, because I couldn't even talk about that situation without crying.
Yeah.
It was so emotional. So I try not to even talk about it.
Because I see she walked out of there. I thought she was posting the same picture every day.
I was
You know,
laughing
you know the kind of thing you go to the gym and take the same picture, the same mirror, the same posture. I felt like it was, but
every day.
She
Wow.
was in there.
I was in there.
What
Putting
are
in
some
the
of the
games.
quotes you lived by while you were going through that moment?
Who? One of my favorite quotes in my hard times, and even right now, is just like, time really heals all wounds, to be honest.
Yeah.
I know
Yes,
sometimes
yes.
we feel like this one is too deep, it's hurtful, but just give it time. I feel like really, like, that was one of my favorite things. Time really heals all wounds. And I really had some Bible verses that were getting me through. Like, I started reading my Bible, started being very intentional about it, and I found some places that was written for me, and I kept those quotes, and every day I just kept repeating it to myself. And right now, my favorite quote, even though I feel like I have gotten from that stage, is actually, I hope we're never too, what's the favorite quote? It's, may we never be too poor that all we have is money.
Wow.
So that is the best quote that every day I live my life by, because to be honest, sometimes we really just work so hard and do all of these things for the money. But let me tell you, even after right now that I believed I have the money,
Yeah.
the most important thing I have is the peace of mind. And I feel like we don't talk about
Which
that
is more
often.
than that money.
Which is more than that money. Because right now, I sit in the house, I have the money, but it's not fun. Like that, I just feel like, okay, it's there, but the things that I cannot, even if I can use the money to do something, but I'll just keep it there. But the peace of mind that I have, I am a very happy person. And I'm so proud to say I am, like, for the past 1 year and a half, I've not had a heavy heart. I am in a good place of peace and happiness, and I feel like that is one of the things that we really ignore. We just do everything for the money, the fame, and all of that, but the peace of mind that comes from this is what we should actually be yearning for. Because if you have all of the money and you still don't have the peace, then what is it for?
And it comes with putting
And
God
people, if I sit here to talk about God in business and your general life, we're not going to end this podcast.
Yeah.
He has been the ultimate starter, and it's just very funny how everything you pray for and just put it in his hand, it actually works. Because when I tell you that I don't do anything without praying, I really don't. Even when I'm coming here, I was praying for the wisdom and everything. I go to my shop every day and I pray for it. This business, I do it by myself, but where I am today, I cannot do it by myself. There's somebody else that is doing it for me that people cannot even see. So every day I really try to thank him and just keep praying. Prayers and just having faith in God is really, really important in life. And I really pray that if anybody's supposed to take out anything from me today, it's just the fact, respectful of everyone's faith, it's just the fact that we have to really understand and really believe that there's a higher power above all of this, and he really works in different ways that we will not even understand.
Yeah.
So yes, God has been the everything
That's
for me.
amazing.
Perfectly said.
So
Rafi aspire.
you mentioned that you're the only one so if you have events, do you have like a team that
Yes.
joins
Or
you?
like employees.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said I'm the only one I'm just talking about the whole mental,
Okay.
running the business
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
itself. But yeah, depending on kind of the event skill that I'm doing, because I don't want to just hire people right now. I don't feel like I'm in that space right now.
Okay.
So I hire people by contract, like that. Sometimes I work with 15 people. If it's a
Yeah.
bigger scale, that sometimes I work with just one person on field. So, but the whole stressful part about all of this is the mental work, and I
Yeah.
feel like I do that all by myself.
Yeah.
Which by God's grace, there'll be a time where I'll just have to say that people do that for me.
So do you think all event planners need to have these skills before they can call themselves an event planner? Because sometimes people just connect as an event planner. Maybe you might just have this contact, and then you're like, okay, come do the decor. Assign tasks to different people, and then still.
That's a very, very good question. And I just wanted to let people know that an event planner, everyone can be a decorator, but not everyone is an event planner.
Yeah.
So everyone, we can sit and put things here, it's going to look beautiful. But the work planning is the most difficult part of this work, because it's where, like, if you don't see the vision, and there's so many times that people do good work,
Yes.
but if you don't know your color combinations, if you don't know what works with what and all of that, so it's just like the mental part. When I have an event on field, what I do there is not even nothing, because I can do 6 events in a day. it's like the mental stress, having to put everything down, having to know where to order the right things. Is it coming on time? Is it not coming? Would this person disappoint you? All of those mental stress is actually what. So everybody can be a decorator, but not everyone is an event planner. So event planning skills it's a way harder thing. So that's why I really respect event planners out there.
Yes.
So, but you can call yourself an event planner, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now, we'll brush through all the sad parts and all of that shit, right? Now, what's the most appreciative thing a client has ever done for you?
Well, I feel like just sometimes reviews really go, but I have clients that have given me so much tips. I have clients that have given me $1,000 tips, to be honest with you guys.
In
And I've
addition to the amount you
yeah,
charge.
like just and I've had clients that have given me physical gifts after the event and everything. I've had clients that refer, and referrals is really a big thing to me. The just like after your event, like your feedback is very important to me. Like that sometimes after events I'll just reach out, how did I do, what did I not do wrong? I feel like feedbacks really are important things that clients do for me, because it really helps me to better myself and to see where I'm feeling and where I need to improve as well.
That's amazing.
So what's that like? What do you love the most about your job?
First I love my job, girl. I love what I do, and what I really love is just the fact that I get to serve people. Sometimes I see it as if I'm just doing exchange of money and services, but I see it as a way of serving people, because just the smile on people's faces at the end, seeing what I'm able to create and see the joy that it brings to people's events and making the events big, it really gives me that satisfaction as well. So yeah. And also, what also gives me joy is my classes that I've started. Yes, that it gives me so much joy, because to see, I have helped 60 students already to start their business, to be honest. And when I sit and I think about it, it gives me so much joy. Like, it seems like I am walking in God, in a pathway, and I am really following that path, and it helps me to see that, okay, I'm really doing something nice for people out there. I don't just want to do this for the fun. I want to help other people and just see the whole community.
You're giving back.
Yeah.
You're giving back, which is very
There you
important.
go,
Yeah, because big ups to you, man. Because a lot of people, right? We are human beings. Be it as it may, we're human. And the human mind and heart can be trivial, in the sense that, some people might want to like succeed, do all this, and then hang in to themselves, be like, oh, let me do that deco by myself. Anybody want to like do anything, let me do it by myself. Let me do it myself. They will not want to like teach others.
Yeah.
But you are doing that, which makes you distinct from every other person. And that's amazing. I really like that. 60 students, and there's a lot of people who are doing...
counting.
And counting. And there's a lot of people who are doing this same thing you're doing now, because they've learned from you, and now they're independent.
Yes.
Exactly.
Which is amazing.
That's amazing.
Thank you
Really
so
great.
much.
But like with all this, do you make time for fun? Do you make time to travel?
Hey.
And
You see me?
Yeah, she's
CEO.
Minister of
Chief-
Enjoyment. She
Chief
doesn't
Enjoyment Minister. Let me
She
tell you
doesn't
something.
joke, yeah.
People, it's always difficult to balance work and personal life. But oh my God, I will have my phone. Like, girl, I can finish an event, 2 events, and the next minute you'll see me out there.
Yeah.
That's just because I've just learned not to just be drowned in what I do, because it can be so consuming. And at times where I don't even have the strength to, but thank God for working out, that really gives me that stability. That it's so draining in such a way that there are times where you're just so tired, you don't want to do anything.
Yes.
But I have really found that balance to be able to. And also, I try to go out with my friends, because there are so many times that I've neglected my friends and family, and I just keep doing business, and they keep calling, oh, I'm calling you, you don't hang out with us so much. And that is it. I don't want to be so drowned in this business that I forget the gift of family and friends that I have. So I always try to make out time to hang out with them, just catch up. You never know.
You're basically asking what I wanted to ask, being that you're on high demand. A lot of people want to like contact you for stuff, right?
Celebrity.
Yeah, oh, she's on high demand.
Yeah.
Now you gotta like, okay, like it's crazy. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, weekends, where you like, because the weekends is the most time where people have vacations and stuff, right? She's all booked out. And I wonder how or when you have the time to have your fun, right? Because it's crazy.
I actually have fun. Like Mondays to Friday, I have fun, and I just see like hours of that day, because on Friday I can use just like 6 hours to do something, and the rest of the day I have it to myself. Even though I have another event the next day, but those the remaining hours I need to make sure I utilize it. And also, I try to also try to see it as a way of just not really drowning as I put that in the first place, and just really balance everything.
Has there ever been a time you've had 2 events on the same day?
I usually have 4.
My
Oh
goodness.
shit! Are you like? Are you come through for all of them?
Yeah, I do.
Whoa.
How do you do that?
I've just really mastered my skill,
Yeah.
and I can go. And I also have a team. When
yeah,
I have,
okay.
I have
You go with
people,
them, yeah.
so maybe distribute them. These people, this group, this way. So they start the events and I just come and just do the finished touches of all of that.
Okay, see pictures of what you've done, right? Because there's one, of course, one of my friends, you did his decor out in Texas. I saw it. It was so amazing.
Thank you.
Now, if you send those people out, right, to do that, and then they are actually kind of scared that, they might not do it the way you would do it personally.
Yes.
How do you deal with that?
So that
the clients who want you in person,
perfect.
to have that confidence.
Scared
that,
of apprentice.
Yeah.
Well, that is why I'm building a strong team, because if you see people that I've taught, they do things almost similar like the way I do it.
Yeah.
So that is why I teach these people. And also, to be honest, I really get the part of the client wanting just you there. Yeah. And I don't want to be selfish. If I cannot do it, I cannot do it.
Exactly.
Like, I cannot kill myself. There's just so much I can do.
Yeah.
And just to also answer the other question that you asked, that sometimes that I take 2 months, 1 month off without working. Okay. So I've learned to know when to
So if there's a contract, you just actually turn it down?
Yeah, sometimes, and as I say, if you do this thing for the money, you get burnt out. You see the money, but you get burnt out. Right. So there are times where I have the money, when I've worked consistently for 3 months straight, I'll be like, you know what? I need to be fair to myself, because if you don't keep the body healthy, you cannot do this work.
Never.
So I'll take some time off and really just be mentally okay and really just be okay before I can go back to work.
Yeah, they always say body no be firewood.
No be firewood. So I try to just balance that in that way.
Man, it's really amazing the things you've done, the things you're doing, and the things you are gonna do.
Amen.
And
thank you so much.
Big ups to you, more appreciations, and of course, God is gonna keep you growing and in everything. Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you guys for having me.
We have been waiting for you for ever, and it finally came, and we are so grateful. We hope to see you sometime in the future. Maybe you might have
Definitely
you might have something coming up.
Yeah.
Thank you. You might have. So thank you so much, and guys, please follow her on social media. She's on Instagram at
Blandy's Event LLC.
Yeah, follow her, contact her if you have an event, engagement, whatever. Summer is coming, you can always reach out to her. She's always there for you.
If she's the best at it.
Yeah.
Thank you so
much. And if she's available, she will come through for you.
Yes,
so please follow us on on all our social media platforms at 99.9 Problems. We are always here for you, and do not forget to reach out to Gael and get the water of life. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. See you on the next one.